Greetings Marines, FiOth here, and in this video I'm coming back with yet another gunner build video. In this one we're gonna be swapping gears 100%, going from a powerful grenade and mobility build to one that can buff the shit out of your team and yourself when using Overclock. Our target here is to maximize the effect and access to Overclock in order to have it as soon as possible again and again, and extend its duration so the team can mow down heavies that might coming to you in quick succession. An excellent build to be taken into extreme and insane, especially if it's complemented by a second gunner using my Vanguard build that you can also find in the builds list that I will be providing by the end of this one. So without further ado, let's take a look at the build itself. So here is the grid. It's a 160 grid. People keep asking me, well, what do you have to do to get a 170 grid? Guys, you can get a 170 grid, but it's probably gonna suck balls. The way the perks are rated makes no sense whatsoever. There are certain exceptions that it will give you 15 instead of 20, that will give you 5 instead of 20, instead of 10, especially when it comes to the recon. You can rarely get above 705 without having a bunch of useless stuff here, so don't bother too much about it. Personal skill and tactics always triumphs over combat rating. Let's start from the basics. What we wanna take advantage of here is Overclock, so we left stay on target and frag grenade as they were to their vanilla versions without any modifications. I really wanted to get at least disorienting blast from my grenade in here, but guys, nothing that I have here can be taken out of the equation and have the same results. Trust me, this works really well. I tested it. So starting from the top, rapid deployment. This comes from the gunner universals. Batteries included, and the long haul come from, let me show you. Batteries included come from the phalanx, and the long haul comes from the recon tree. They get it at level 2, rank 2, so it's not too hard to acquire. At the bottom here we have quick charge 4 and extended duration 4 that you can purchase from park. Extended duration 3 can be looted or acquired from Horde if I remember correctly. And more specifically, we want to put them in this order here in order to have enough space for the rest. As you can see, I kept it kinda easy to read. All the universals going left and to the bottom, and the class specifics go to the right. So here we have thermal venting. Overclock further increases your own fire rate by 25%. You saw how punishing the Kramer was in that opening clip. Quick load interleak. Overclock now instantly reloads your current gun on activation and also extends the 50% reload speed increase to your whole team, so you give the whole team more optimization in order for them to be able to reload lightning fast and keep hammering the target. There is no target in this game that will be able to withstand the barrage from 3 Marines with this build supporting their fire pound for pound. No way. But in this game, as we all know, what's gonna kill you is not the lone crusher, it will be the little shits running around disrupting you, not allowing you to bear on the big guys. That's the second step that I want to explain when it comes to the functionality of the build. Your overclock lasts so long that it is enough for you to both CC, that's crowd control, and hard kill the heavies. Okay, so we have these two here, and the thing that builds upon everything else and ties it all together: focus fire. Damage the target causes them to take 2% more damage, stacking up to 5 times. So after you fire 5 bullets, which is a ridiculous requirement considering how fast you will be firing, you and your whole team are dealing 10% more damage to the target. And after that, the last one is suppressing fire. Focus fire now also slows the target 5% per stack, and as we all know, it can stack up to 10 times, so that's 50% slow. Take into consideration that every gun that you will be firing has a stumble chance. Take into consideration that some people might be using tanker muzzle that actually stuns a target. then you can use frost grids, then you can use abilities from other classes. You get the gist. You can pretty much lock down any target or couple of targets if you use this thing correctly. Okay, I'm gonna show you again what I showed you in the beginning, and then I'm gonna allow you a glimpse at the cooldown timer. Let's take a look. What I will be doing is I already ADS, I'll click on overclock, and then I will just keep the trigger down. It's pretty much 4.5 magazines, and you saw my recharge down there, it was less than 30 seconds. Now this happens because the numbers here show us we have 62% reduction in our recharge speed and 60% more duration, more than half again the duration of our overclock. This ties very well with the fact that you individually get 25% more fire rate. This will tie in perfectly with our Kramer. The Kramer's only weakness in close engagements is that it fires relatively slow at a fire rate of 9.3. If you are using my suggested build, you can also find that gun build in the end in the related playlist. So if you take these two things in conjunction, you yourself can deal a shitload amount of damage, a ridiculous amount of damage, and then with the support of your team, you can pretty much wipe whatever you want. I have to be clear, guys, the utility of this is not as extreme as my Vanguard builds, okay? The Vanguard can run around faster than the rest of the team, can disorient targets, throw them to the ground very fast on the grenades. The damage is insane as well. And Overclock is there as a utility tool for burst damage when you need it. If you ask me personally, I used the Vanguard quite a bit. I went through Insane and Extreme with the Vanguard, so the Vanguard is like my magnum opus. I consider it the best build I have made. But this one can also be very effective, so I would suggest you give it a spin and you let me know what you think in the discussion below. Okay, I'm sorry if I was sounding a bit tired. Been working on these things all day long. I'm making at least 2 modding guides per day, as you probably know, in addition to the rest of the gameplay, and I intend to do so until everything is covered, and as we'll be getting more DLC. I also started the Discord to help people find each other. You can find the link in the description below. Let's build a community and enjoy the game more. Until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always strive for perfection. Cheers.